Hi guys, welcome to episode 194 of the Road to 30 podcast. Isaac here.
Oh, Dolly here. Sorry, guys. Distracted. Obsession is great.
Nope,
Sorry,
wrong
I was
song.
thinking.
Wrong song.
I know it's the wrong song, but the
Yeah.
thing that came to my mind at first was distraction. But that's
This
not.
Grace.
That's not what we said.
That's
in the
Lion
song.
King. That's an entirely different song.
That's. But what? That's from Lion King, eh?
Yeah, he was the one with the scar on his face.
Oh yeah, that was Lion King too.
Yeah, Kovu, I think it was.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so that's
yeah,
an entirely
Dolly here,
different song.
guys. How are you guys all doing?
Yeah, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are good. Welcome to another episode of the Road to 30 podcast. It's interesting being here again, and we're recording again on a weeknight because things don't they change for life. Things don't they change.
What?
People are moving up, so some of
God.
us won't be around on weekends now because of business. But yeah, we'll still try and keep the content coming. That's it though. My AP, it's in your own power to maintain the beauty of your soul or to be a decent human being.
Okay, the next one says, it's from a guy who says, I was unable to write during the anniversary. It's been a great journey with you guys. I have been fighting masturbation for long that
Hey.
I didn't know I was addicted.
Okay.
When I joined the pod around 2020, I was able to conquer this addiction when Dolly shared, then Isaac did. This was when I put a stop to it. I have learned a lot from this pod. I am happy for your growth as individual and as a couple. You know what I mean, though. I feel you.
I mean, in fairness, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Isaac, congratulations on your new baby, your recreational center.
Thank you.
And his little boy, yes. Isaac has
Yeah.
a son.
Yeah, I do. Oh my God, see,
One day I will say that and that will actually be true.
you know, I want a girl before a boy though.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but we'll see what life throws at me.
I'll be now. Happy 4th year anniversary. You guys are forces to reckon with. I love you.
Hey, shit,
Love you back. Thank you so much for this kind message.
Appreciate it.
Happy to be of service.
I have some
always.
stories about the park. I'll tell you guys in a couple weeks once I finalize.
All right, let's get into what I wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, that was a very long introduction.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to episode 194
Yes, so
of the Road
So,
to 30 podcast.
as in
Isaac here.
Dolly here. I want to say where this my topic. What are we? Our topic.
Should I say the topic?
Yes.
Then you introduce.
Yeah, say it.
Hear he. So today's topic, we are discussing about what matters more between our perception of people or the deeds. So that is what these people actually do or the way we see these people. Now, this is very important because we live in a world where we all have biases. Everybody believes that because of my reality, I would, transfer my perception onto you, and to hell with what you've done is all about how I see you and those kind of things. We forget that human beings are what? Layered. There are
Yeah.
many layers. So the same person that slaps a police could be one of the leading musicians
Stop that.
in
Isaac.
Nigeria.
Oh my days.
And he could easily also be an activist. So all these things, they matter. And then just because somebody holds a world record does not mean that, she's a good or bad person. Right? Because that's the way society sees it. And also, I think it's also important to say that just because somebody does something to their body, maybe a BBL or they adjust their bonbons,
Right, means that
it
they
doesn't
are-
mean they are a certain way, right? Because a
Yeah.
lot of people believe that with the moment you go under the knife, you're a whore,
Yeah,
you're
definitely
cheap,
sleeping with other
you're
people.
sleep, you have
as
sugar
if,
daddies,
yeah, that kind of thing, which is not.
Yeah,
the case.
yeah.
This is where my like the first thing that came to my mind to start off this topic. The first thing that came to my mind to start off this topic was so I was driving in my estate and I saw a security guy, right? And this security guy, I've seen him around a bunch of times. He's worked in there for a very long time. But he waved at me, I waved at him back, and something else told me to just stop and just talk to him. And I greeted him, "How are you?" He said he's fine. "How's your family?" He said it's fine. I said, "You're married, right?" He said yes. I said, "How many kids? You have children?" He said yes. "How many?" He said 3 boys. I said, wow, oldest, how old is, like, what was the age? He said the oldest is, I think he said the oldest is about to be 17 and the youngest is 10. And I said, wow, so your first is about to enter university. He said, yes. And I said, okay. And then that was it. We just chopped up for a little bit and then I went. Now, I've seen this man so many times, right? And, I thought to myself at that point, like, how often do we even stop to, like, give context to people's lives? I've seen this man so many times, the security guy in my estate, but he's more than that. He's not just a security man that works in the estate. He's also a father of 3 boys, right? Who look up to him. He's married. He's a husband. When you think about things like that, because
that's such a big word. Sorry, husband.
So when you so now when I see him, I see him as that, right? As opposed to just a security man that works in my
Sunday.
estate. Right.
Yeah. This isn't a discrimination against Sundays.
I see him as somebody that, has a family, things like that, which is something that I did not see before. Right. And so that just made me start to think about first of all, how often do we do that? Do you ever stop to put context other people's lives?
Yeah, actually recently I experienced something. So this guy, when we moved into this estate many years ago, he was the guy that used to put on the gen. And then after a while he had some issues with the estate. He was innocent, but they laid him off. Then he started a POS, right? So when he started his POS, it was really oh, okay, the estate has started their rubbish, but yeah, don't worry, keep doing your thing and all that. And then from his POS business, he brought his brother into Lagos. He's from Benue, by the way. So he brought his brother into Lagos, and then he brought his second brother. Then he started taking care of them. Then he opened a second POS. Then he bought a delivery bike.
Ooh.
Then he bought a second delivery bike.
Wow.
And recently, and so because of, I'm very big on relationships, so I make sure that all the POS transactions I do through him. So he brought his 2 brothers. And then recently I met him on the road, and I was at one of his POS people. Right. And I was like, oh, so how fun, how is life going? I was like, okay, I don't buy my 3rd bike. And this is my sister now from Benue. She was the one that turned into the POS. And then I thought about it and I was like, this is actually a very crazy story of success. Right. Because I know people in the estate who just still see him as the gen guy. But this is now somebody living the Nigerian dream in a sense. I mean, it might not be what you people perceive as everything.
That's success.
But this guy now has 3 bikes.
3 bikes.
And 2 POS branches.
That's
and
amazing.
He's doing I think he has a small restaurant here in this area too.
What?
So I was not thinking, I was like, this is really crazy because
that's a success story.
It is a success story. Somehow at the back of my head, I still remember and I still see the guy who was just putting on the gen and putting it off. Yeah. So in that sense, I sort of see the layers, of people in that sense. It's though this one is sort of like a clear success story, though, but I see the layers in people. I think another example would be